Street, right behind where Maria's used to be. And it's actually an interesting park. It dates back to the early 1900s, and we put together a history if anybody would like a copy of it. But it started off as a playground for the neighborhood and a park, and then was used by St. Mary's School, which was right there for quite a while. And then ultimately it was used as a hockey rink in the 60s, and nobody wanted to go to that hockey rink in the North End, so it fell into disrepair and ended up kind of being an area that had a lot of problems with trash, with drug abuse, homelessness. If you know where it is, it sort of looks like a vacant lot, although it has a great history. So we've been working to clean up the area, to get some more good active uses into the area. The city has $200,000 in its current capital budget for planning, and presumably after that there'll be a planning process involving the community, so the community can weigh in on what it would eventually like to see in that area. But we think it's been a little better. There's been people using the playgrounds. There are a few playgrounds there, basketball court, had a mild winter. So go to Cutillo Park, visit Cutillo Park whenever you're in that area. Another one of the topics is the North End Clean Streets Initiative.
Just Kirsten, before you go, so you guys have Friends of Cutillo Park meetings, right?
We do, yeah. Thanks for reminding me. We do the last Wednesday of every month, so our next meeting is Wednesday, March 26th, 6:30 p.m. right here. So feel free to join us, or if anybody else is interested, have them join us as well.
Friends of Cutillo Park, right? At gmail.com.
Yeah, Friends of Cutillo Park at gmail.com. We have a website, friendsofcutillopark.com. Anything else? Okay. So North End Clean Streets Initiative was actually started at the initiation of Councilor Edwards a little more than a year ago, because it's for a long time the trash on our streets, the trash barrels on our streets and in our parks has been a big issue. So it's a densely populated neighborhood, and so a bunch of the North End residents, including representatives from both NEWNC and NEWRA, got together to work as a group to come up with ideas and potentially raise money to work on clean streets in the neighborhood. And then last summer, I don't know when exactly it was, but anyway, the city changed its cleaning contractor. And also last summer got 4 street cleaners for our neighborhood. And it seemed like the streets were in better condition. Everybody here can weigh in on that. But it seemed like those changes the city put in place had a good impact on the neighborhood. But there are still issues with trash on our streets, issues with the trash barrels, not enough trash barrels. And so the group still meets periodically. Our next meeting is actually this Sunday at 10 o'clock at Modern Pastry downstairs. So feel free to come join us on Sunday. Also feel free, if you're interested in participating or have ideas or input or complaints. We will have to pass along complaints to the city because we can't actually do that. But feel free to join us. We pass them along to Michael, and Michael takes care of everything for us.
His number is
Yeah. Brett, anything to add?
No, I just think that the North End Clean Streets program itself is still very young and has a lot of potential to go forward, and especially as we're talking about the substance abuse program, but like needles on the street, anything like that. In between Friends of Cutillo Park and Clean Streets Initiative, this is stuff that all circles in and ties back together. Shows why you keep working together as a community and have all these organizations.
And also one thing we're planning on doing in the not too distant future is including a suggestion box at the Nazzaro Center to get more informal input from the community on streets and conditions of cleanliness in the neighborhood. And then third item is this building itself. So the Nazzaro Building, as most of you know, dates back to the early 1900s and used to be the bathhouse for the neighborhood when people didn't have running water in their buildings. So this building has an incredible history in the neighborhood. So it started as the bathhouse, and then it was used as a community center throughout the years. So people who have lived in the neighborhood a long time have different memories of what the Nazzaro Building meant to them. So now it's the community center for the neighborhood. And as I think most of you know, the city is planning on building a new, larger, modern community center, most likely at the Mirabella Pool site on the waterfront, which leaves this building as something that a group of residents of the North End want to keep in community use. Community uses that are complementary to the new community center, so no substitute for the new community center. But we did, a number of us got together and at the suggestion of Councilor Edwards, engaged the Boston Architectural College's Gateway program to do, now they've gone through 2 phases, but they first did an initial study of some of the potentials for future use of this building by the North End community. So, so looked at the building, came here, measured the building, looked at the features of the building, the quality of the building, went downstairs in the basement, looked at the infrastructure, and put together a study of the building. This is their phase 1 study, if anybody would like a copy of it. But took a look at what the building could be used for in the future. And they have 2 different plans. One is a lower cost plan, just kind of reusing the space as it is. The other plan they came up with involves more extensive uses, including an auditorium on the 3rd floor. Now this is a student project. This isn't anything that the city's done, but we're hoping that it can be influential as the contemplation by the city of what will happen to this building in the future moves forward and the city starts engaging with the community. And then subsequent to this, we had the BAC students do a 2nd phase, and during the 2nd phase, they went out into the neighborhood and talked to different groups in the neighborhood. So they talked to NEWNC, the Elliott School, ABCD, senior programs. They talked to the staff here, and they talked to the North End Waterfront Health Center to come up with a more defined program for what this building could be used for in the future. They presented that work a couple of weeks ago, and they'll produce another report like this, which we'll make available to the community, including on northendwaterfront.com when it comes out. So hopefully what this is kind of a set of background materials so the community can be engaged going forward. So we do also know that I think the mayor has spoken with the North End Waterfront Health Center to potentially have one use of this building be a wellness center or a senior wellness center going forward, which would be great to keep the seniors involved in this building in the future because it's central to the North End community. So any questions on that, anything to add?
I guess the only question is just when the final, study would be published for review on what they're working on.
It should be in the next couple months.
Okay.
Yeah. And we will.
Well, thank you for all your hard work in these groups and organizations. We really appreciate it.